Hey guys, happy Sunday. I wanted to take you through my planner. I did a plan with me at the beginning of this year, and a lot has changed with how I've been using it, and I just wanted to share some tips and tricks and things that I've learned through the past quarter of this year, because it's April now, which is crazy. So one thing that I decided to do is I was having trouble keeping track of my goals, because as I showed in the other video, there's a spot in the very beginning where you can write down your goals and when you want to accomplish them, but I never looked at that page again because it's not something that I see every day. I'm, in the other days. So I did something with this, if you can see that. Basically, each one of these is a different goal. So this one is for 2 months from now. This one is 6 months, and this one is the end of the year. So I kind of like that because I can kind of gauge, because this little tab right here is today, so I can see how close I am to the goals. So basically when you open that up, which I'm going to be sharing more about this stuff, I have no shame in what I'm working towards. So 2 months, my 2 goals is dancing more, obviously, and then channel takeoff, and that's the day before my birthday. So yeah, that's the 2 month one. I wanted to write it out more detailed, so at the very end of the planner I started writing out the 2 month one, so they're both here and kind of more specific about what the goals are. So that's like number 1 that I've learned, and that's more recent, that I want to share with you guys. And it really helps, like I said, with this thing, to really set your goals, basically to make them a SMART goal. SMART is specific, measurable, assignable or attainable, relevant, and time-based. So that's kind of what you want to do when you're planning goals, not just like, I want to do this, like I want to be a dancer, a professional dancer. It's like, okay, specifically what do you want to do with that? How do you measure, like, if you've achieved it or not, stuff like that. Another thing that I do love, that I did talk about before, is I love adding like stickers on the planner, and it really helps add excitement to it. In addition, I love putting the highlighted section, and so that way I can see, it makes it a little bit more colorful. So basically the first thing that I'll do with my week is I'll write my work schedule, because I'll usually get that mid the previous week. And then I'll go in and add like to-dos and other things that I want to accomplish. That brings me to my next point. As you might be able to see over here, there's a whole column for all of your to-dos. And that's a lot, like that's a lot of to-dos. And it's impossible to accomplish all of that in a day. That's just the fact of it. Like, it's just unrealistic of yourself to be like, I want to accomplish, do this and this, like, it's too much. And so you're setting your expectations way too high, and then when you don't reach them, you feel like you haven't accomplished anything, but really you've done a lot. If you have done, 5 or 7 or whatever the things is, that's awesome. So what I like to focus on is I might write like 1 or 2 in that column over there, but I mainly just focus on, at the top, it says like your top 3. So I mainly would just do that. And usually those consist of, maybe if I have a bill that I have to pay, but I also like to put non, businessy things. Like I put, for Saturday, to meditate, to edit the video that I just posted, the video for my Nana who passed away, and then to read Big Magic, which is a book that I've been reading that's helped a lot with all of my creativity. So that's kind of what I put there. And that's the main thing that I set out for myself for that day. I don't put too much more on myself. Oh, also with the gratitude thing, it's basically at the bottom, it says like gratitude, and just find one thing or more that you're really grateful for right now. Because it's definitely hard, especially with where I am right now, struggling artist in LA. It's hard to be appreciative or grateful for what you currently have. You're just so focused on the future and making it better, and it's good to be appreciative of what you have and to be thankful and know that it could be worse, and that you already have so many amazing things right in this very moment of your life. What else? Another thing I wanted to say is there's weeks and days that I don't plan, but it's okay to, you just don't get to it, or you do something else and it's not planned, or plans change. Don't be so fixated on this. It's just a tool to help you grow and change, and for me personally, it just helps to write things down. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I feel less overwhelmed, because my anxiety sometimes, if I feel like I have a really crazy week, once I write it down and I put it in my planner, a lot of the times I realize, oh, it's actually quite manageable. And again, I'd be careful to make sure I don't expect myself to accomplish 15 tasks in a day. It's just not gonna happen. So yeah, definitely the goal thing is the main thing that I wanted to talk about with you guys. And I wanted to show you what my planner looks like, because I think a lot of the times in these videos you see like the idealistic version of it and they curate it for the video, but at the end of the day, like, things get messy. Like this one down here, we changed like the dinner plan like 4 times, because sometimes we're like, hey, this is what we want, and then we change it. Actually this whole week a lot of it kind of changed. At the beginning of this month I decided to put this up here because I really felt like, I don't know if hopefully you can read everything. The last quarter, like this beginning of this year, was rough. It was so rough, and embarrassingly enough, I had to ask my parents for a little bit of help financially for rent for the past 2 months, for I think February and March. It's just been really rough transitioning to the new job, the old job, and the way they were treating me, and they cut back my hours, and so the paychecks that were coming in were very small, and it's just been rough. But I really feel like April is a new start, and I encourage you as well, if that has been the way for you for this year, to let that all be in the past and to move forward. It's a fresh start, it's a new quarter of the year, and things are gonna get better. I actually tried filming this earlier and I was more done up, but I just want to be real and raw. That's what I'm about. I'm not gonna pretend like my life is perfect or that I have things together, because I don't. And I just want to share what I've learned and see if it's helpful. And that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.